What's going on, guys? Welcome back to GTA 5. Today we're going to be checking out your custom TOUGE tracks and free mode spots, and at the end of this video we're actually going to be choosing one of these tracks or free mode spots as our location for our next upcoming competition here on the channel. If you guys are looking to join up in future competitions, you can check out the links in the description down below to both our Twitch and our Discord, and as always, guys, if you are enjoying this TOUGE themed content, please feel free to leave a like down below, subscribe for more just like it, and I'll see you guys in the gameplay. Alright guys, so here we are. As you guys can tell, we actually have a bunch of 80s cars tonight, so our next competition is going to be 80s themed. This one here, the R32, was in our 90s competition as well. We checked though, the first model year was 89. The way this is going to work, guys, is if your car does have a model year in the 80s, it is good to run. We are running no HSW unless you have my car up here or up there. I got my my X32. You guys can run that car because HSW just kind of brings it up to spec with the rest of the cars. It's not a huge advantage, so that's what we got here for our lineup today. Thank you so much to everybody who came out. We're actually at our first of 4 different free mode spots that we're going to test today. This one comes from Thermal. This one's a full loop, so we'll hop in the Euros X32 here. Mine is full HSW, and we'll show everyone the loop here. So same rules as the last comp, guys. Once that salute goes, we'll be ready to run. There we go. There's the salute. Now that retro custom up there is super fast. We were doing some testing before the video, before the stream tonight, and it is almost unbeatable. But we're gonna do our best here. Oh, as I hit the tree. All right, so you come around here, take the left. A lot of traffic here today. There's JC. Thanks for the wait up, brother. Then we're gonna loop around all the way. And we are gonna hop in with some of the guys throughout the video as well and watch some of their runs. Hopefully they're a little better than us, dude. We're crashing everywhere. And then you come around the top here, and we are gonna loop back around down the hill and see if we can get underneath the bridge down here, which is gonna be pretty fun. This is sick, it's so cool. It's a little bit longer than the 90s spot that we had, which I think is good. I think a lot of the guys in the comments of that 90s competition were looking for a longer spot, and so I think that works out quite well. We got, oh man, we got traffic and stuff crashing all over the place. It's not a great first run, but that is the track, guys. It finishes back down here, start finish in the same spot. That's something I do really like about this track, is that it loops. There's no drive back, which is great, saves some time. So that's spot number 1. Let's hop in for a few races with some of these guys and we'll see what they can do. Here we go, LG Retro Custom versus Comet. That LG has the launch, man. The Comet's been tough to beat in our testing. This thing is moving though. It should pick up some good speed for us in 2nd and 3rd gear. Oh, as it goes a little wide. That is a tough corner, man. That's the same one I hit the tree on. As we get up the hill a little bit here, hit our left. H1 is ripping in that LG. That one might be worth banning because we saw a lot of that car in the 90s competition, and it is definitely OP up there, man. It's flying. I don't know if anyone's gonna beat the R32 tonight, so that's definitely something to keep in mind here as we kind of set our rules. But we are getting some great driving from Moo. Oh, great move through the traffic. That was sick. Oh, the traffic cuts him off. Damn, that's tough, man. That's tough with that T section there. You hate to see that from some of our drivers. And maybe that's some of the stuff too that on our custom tracks will get alleviated. We can maybe have less traffic or even no traffic. Although we do have a problem with the custom tracks as well, which is that you can only run one class, but we'll get there when we get there. All right, guys, one more retro custom showdown. This is JC this time in the Comet, H1 again in the Elegy, and we are gonna see if someone can beat this R32 here. If anyone can do it, it's JC. He was super fast in testing. Let's get a run. All right, here we go. There's the salute. Let's get it, guys. That Elegy with a great launch again. JC is really fast in this car. I think if anything's gonna beat that, it's JC driving in this this Comet. They're gonna go up the hill here, take our left. There it is. And that thing's still pulling, man. I don't know, man. I'm thinking, let me know in the comments down below too if you guys are watching this on YouTube, if you'd like to see that LG Retro Custom band, because it was pretty meta in 90. Wow, that's a great corner from JC. That's crazy driving. He's gonna go inside here. He's gonna go for his pass. This is unbelievable. Let's see if he can make it work. He's giving all the pressure to H1 here. Oh man, as he goes to the outside, H1 driving defensively, here we go. The traffic is gonna slow H1 down. It's not. H1 gets around him as they go back down the hill. H1 with a little bit of air is absolutely insane. JC gets around the traffic quite well, gives him a little push. Is it gonna be enough? It's not, as H1 finishes out the line again. Hard fought battle from JC, but H1 in that retro. That's a lot of fun. So guys, that's spot number 1. We got another one that starts in the same spot, so we're gonna try that up next, and I guess it's a little bit longer, so we'll see how that one goes. But that's spot number 1. Let me know if you guys like it or not down in the comments. All right, guys, so this is spot number 2 here, Thermal and JC. This one's gonna be a little bit longer. It actually starts in a parking lot, which is really interesting. There's the salute. Let's see what we got here. I don't know this line at all. I'm just riding along with Thermal. Thermal's been really fast in this Ardent as well. Let's see what we can do here. I am worried about the custom tracks though, with the class regulations. Oh, as he goes up the hill. Okay, so it does. You could start it in the same place. It's just a little bit cleaner, I guess, to start out of the parking lot. The guys in the chat did point out as well that you could start this line up in the observatory parking lot, or maybe they meant that one down below. but this one comes down through the bridge on the bottom side. And then I guess he's gonna turn right off here. Okay, oh, a little air. Oh man, gathers it up. Just misses the pole as JC goes for the pass. Looks like JC knows the line too. And we'll see what the boys can do. We get a right-hander down here. JC's slowing up just a little bit. He might be letting Termal by, so yep, Termal's showing him the line. Goes back around to the right side, down towards the mountain here. Now this is a longer line, so we'll see how much time this one takes. We did set a max of 3 minutes for a lap. If it does go over a minute, minute and a half, we'll probably do one run instead of our 90s competition was best 2 out of 3. If these end up being a little longer though, I think we could do just one run to have the guys move on. So that should work out just fine. Oh, it takes a left. Okay, this is gonna be a really long one. So I think this is more along the lines of what everybody was looking for in that 90s competition, right? So one of the biggest complaints that we got in our original 90s competition is that it was a shorter line and that there wasn't a ton of opportunity to pass. And so that is one thing that I do like about these longer lines, is that it gives a lot more opportunities for our drivers to make passes, especially if they start. So in that 90s competition, there was the huge advantage of starting on the inside instead of the outside, and this kind of mitigates that a little bit. Even if you start on the outside and you don't get an immediate jump, you can still kind of make up for that in the longer corners and in the longer sections. But as you guys can see, man, that Comet Retro Custom is out, and Termal's in a fast car and knows the line quite well, and it's just gone up there. So definitely a good car to keep in mind for bands as well as that LG Retro Custom. Whew. And definitely something to keep in mind too with choosing a line for the comp, right? Like maybe shorter lines keep the cars more balanced because there is less time for cars to pull away, right? Like that is something with pacing and racing, is that you know, a faster car is going to pull ahead a lot more if as time goes on, and so that means it's going to be harder for the slower car to catch up eventually. And so just something to keep in mind for sure. But I do like the idea of giving the outside car a little bit more time to pass. You know, as far as editing the video, I think it's fine. We could totally just say like, and it looks like that Comet is gonna pull ahead and like fade out or whatever, but you know, for the sake of stream, it could be a little tougher. I do think this one's a little too long. I think even my 3-minute limit is a little tough, but you know, like I said, in the edit, we could shorten them up just a little bit. And that Retro Custom again just gathers up and goes. It's crazy. That thing is gonna be hard to beat. As the Ardent grips up here, gets around the sign. And now we're heading, I think, back towards, yeah, we're heading back towards our starting area now. And it comes around here. So that's going to be line number 2, guys. It's pretty long. Let's get one more showdown before we move on and see how it goes. Let's see who wants to run one. All right, guys, run number 2. We got the Comet Retro Custom and the LG Retro Custom. H1 Pilot in the LG and Moo in the Comet once again. A little rematch from our final showdown once again. There's the salute. Let's get it, guys. H1 with a nice jump here. It's going to be tough to know if these guys even know the line. It's a pretty long one, so it's going to be tougher to learn. There's my car over there as H1 up the hill. Where's Moo coming through here? He's back there. H1 wiggling up the hill. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for those slower cars to kind of gather up these faster ones on these longer lines. Let's see what Moo can do back there, though. It seems like the Comet is a little bit faster in the medium to higher speeds. Ooh, as H1 gets a little bit of air. Moo's not giving up, though. He's poking up. He's gonna try and make his move at some point, I'm sure. Gotta make his move. I'm sorry, that's terrible. H1 hits the button hook. And Moo goes a little wide. There we go. Let's see if he can make up some ground here. The line continues. Taylor, thank you so much for the subs, bro. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much. I want to see Tay-Tay Pogs. Coming down the hill here. Moo's making up some speed. There he is. And H1 gets out of the corner faster, man. This LG, bro. I don't know. We'll try a couple of runs with the F40 on some of our other spots as well and see if this thing can be beaten. But it is a little, I think it's a little tougher on these longer spots, guys, for these trailing cars to pick up. So I think you're gonna see the difference in balance between cars really separate the run times more on the longer spots. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as we pick a spot here. I think that first spot might be the longest that we want them really to be, at least on these test runs. It seems that way, although Moo is creeping up back here. Hold on, it's getting pretty intense. But let's see what he can do. Oh, he goes around the traffic. Moo's a couple car lengths out now. Oh, Moo made a lot of speed on that. Oh, Moo passed. That's crazy. Oh, his H1 bumps him. Oh, Moo makes it out alive. This is wild. This actually made for a really good race. I'm eating my words here as far as one car being ahead and pulling ahead, because Moo just made up all the speed there on that higher speed section. And now H1's struggling to catch up. Let's see what they can do as they get into a more technical section here. I think H1's going to have a little bit of an advantage there with that all-wheel drive. Ooh, some traffic to get around. Moo made it through a little faster than H1 did. Let's see what H1 can do. As we hit a little bit of a higher speed curve, he's going to get around the traffic here. He's going to go up into the dirt just a little bit. That's another thing. It's going to be harder to judge four-wheel drops if one car's way ahead of the other. but I think that's okay. I think we, you know, there's certain trade-offs that we'll have to make. As H1 gets back into the technical section, he's gonna make up a lot of lost ground here. He's got that all-wheel drive working for him. Moo needs to finish strong. I do think the Comet has a big advantage on the higher speed, but it looks like it's a little bit harder to gather up here when it gets tight. As H1 with a lot of G's. Oh man, his Moo goes way off. That would have DQ'd him. Oh, get out of the cinematic view as H1 runs off as well. And Moo is gonna win. That's crazy. What a run from these two legends, bro. That was sick. All right, so is this the winery? Is this the spot, the start spot? All right, so this is the line for the winery. Let's check this out. I do know the traffic patterns kinda well. I used to drive around here a ton in free mode for fun. JC's up ahead in that LG Retro Custom. I got my HSW X32, which like I said, guys, we're gonna allow HSW on this car because it basically just makes it normal. That's not really a huge advantage like it is in the BRZ or the Camaro. It's definitely just kind of a baseline car with the HSW, which is kind of a bummer. I was really excited for this car. I think it's a little underwhelming in the racing department and the customization department. It's a great low grip drift car, but other than that, it's a little tough to justify. Oh, there's traffic. Whew. And once again, I think JC waited up for us. It is tough to keep up with that Comet Retro Custom. Getting a little driving in here tonight, though. It's so tough to avoid traffic and not go four wheels off on these roads. This is crazy. And that thing is just gone. It's just so gone, bro. It's so hard to compete with those retro customs, both the Elegy and the Comet. We found pretty hard too that the 80s cars definitely have a little bit less in the way of choices than the 90s. I think there was a lot more balance to the 90s cars than the 80s, and it might be that the cream's kind of rising to the top here with the 80s cars as far as what's fast and what's not. So, I mean, obviously, if there's a crash, I think there was a crash there, and I'm still not catching him. So he is gone. Absolutely gone. And this looks like we're gonna, oh man, not have a loop here as well, which is also rough because then there's gonna be a long drive back. So I don't know about this spot for a comp, but it is fun to run. And there it is, there's the end there. So no loop as well, which means there's gonna be a long drive back to start finish. I don't love that, but while we're here, let's get a few more runs and see what's competitive out here. Gonna run it back? I'll take a little head start. I need it. Oh, hello boat, brother. My bad, JC. I'll block him. I gotta block him. So greasy, dude. There we go. There we go. Although I guess you know what? A good idea would be if we did run this spot, so that way we didn't have to have everybody run it back. We could just have them run, you know, have their second run be a reverse. You know what I mean? Like be the way back. Oh, there's no keeping up with that car, dude. I don't know if this is a great spot just for the traffic and the driving complexity, but we'll do a couple more runs and see what's competitive out here too. All right, guys, we got H1 in the club again. We got JC in the Retro Custom here. H1 had to move a little bit on his launch. He's gonna see what he can do here though. That club was fast. Let's see how much faster it is when it's running a really fast car like the Retro Custom instead of me and my Euros. H1 is actually getting pulled on a little bit here as JC's really fast in this Retro Custom. I do think a lot of that is driver mod because I did try this car out and I got absolutely walked. So I'm not, oh, and H1 got hit by traffic. Let's do a wait up and let him catch so it's a little bit of a closer race here. There we go, here he comes, all right. Let's see how he does in this short twisties. Nice, nice. Wow, JC is a really talented driver in this thing. H1 gets hit by the traffic again. I feel like it is harder, in my defense as well, to drive as the follow driver through traffic. It seems like traffic just freaks out and is just definitely harder to get through when you're the follow driver. So H1 is getting pulled on back there, man. This is crazy. So the club absolutely walked the Euros, and now this car is absolutely walking the club. And he's in the mountains, so I think this line's a little long too and a little busy. I think my favorite so far is that first one as far as free mode. So we got one more free mode track for you guys, and then we're gonna head over to some custom tracks as well, which is gonna be a whole different ball game. But I'm really excited for that. Let's get over to our last of 4 free mode spots, and then we're gonna head out to some custom tracks too. All right, guys, we got 2 retro customs. We got Moo and JC running it this time. JC actually, I don't think has a passenger up there. He doesn't, so Moo's at a little bit of a disadvantage. But this once again is Great Chapal. Let's see if we can get through the whole line this time. Ooh, as Moo hits a little oversteer. This is a really cool line. I really like this a lot. Moo gets through the traffic beautifully, although JC is just out. He is a fast... Oh, he hit the traffic. Moo's going to be able to gather him up here. Let's see if he passes. He's going to look to the outside. Is crazy. Moo showing us what he's got. Let's see here. Can he pass? I don't know if he can pass. JC is fast in that car, man. Is that it? Is that the run? That's the run. Okay, you know what? I really like this line. This one's a really good length. It's a little longer than the 90s competition line, but it's not super long to the point where the races are gonna get really boring, which I think is perfect. These guys are gonna 3 honk once again, and traffic is just gonna be traffic. And Moo is gonna get a nice benefit out of that. Let's see if JC can reel him in on the uphill here. This is actually, I like the idea of running it back and having it count. Because then you get uphill, downhill, and uphill again. As JC with the pass is crazy. He's in the same car. He is flying in that thing, man. As Moo is gonna tap the wall, he gathers it back up though. Let's see if he can get him. Oh, he can't, man. JC is out up the hill. And he knows the line really well too, so that is definitely something worth pointing out, but that is a good line there, man. I like that a lot. It's a little bit shorter. We could lengthen it by going up this hill a little bit too, I think. All right, guys, so we extended it out a little bit. This is gonna be a little bit longer. We got Elegy and Comet Retro Customs. 3 honks this time. Usually we do the salute on the competition, but just for the sake of running test runs here, this could be really cool, man. We'll lengthen it out just a little bit. Yeah, that's really nice. And then you get this nice little dip here. Whoo, little air. Oh, that's so fun, bro. And then down the hill like we did before. So the LG Retro Custom looks really fast. Moo's able to pull on JC quite a bit on launch. Let's see if JC can get him. Oh, as he hits the traffic is crazy. And so I don't know. I think these 2 cars look significantly better than the rest of them. I wouldn't mind seeing a ban on these, but the club could hang too. I'm wondering if H1 can run one of these 2 cars in the club before we head over to custom tracks. I think that's a good run to get, and then we'll have a good idea. If these cars keep walking the club, which is like another level higher than most of the other cars, we might need to think about banning these 2. But let's have them run it back and see what these guys can do. Good honks there, and Moo. It's definitely helpful to have that all-wheel drive launch for sure. There we go. Back to the inside. Oh, great side-by-side racing up the hill is crazy. And JC makes the pass. So these 2 cars we know can battle each other. This is great racing from these 2 guys here. As Moo gets back to the inside around the traffic. Great driving, guys. This is insane. We got Barney and Reptar here, green and purple. Oh, as Moo bumps the traffic, is JC gonna have enough momentum to get by him up the hill? It's the jump, and he does just get by him, but Moo's got that inside. Let's see if he can protect. He does. Oh, and he hits the traffic. Oh, did he get through? That was a crazy glitch. I think he did get through. I don't know what happened there, but that was a good battle. I think these 2 cars are really competitive with one another, but I do think they're a cut above the rest as far as if they should be in the competition or not. So let's see how the club does against the Elegy here. For balance reason, the Elegy is just jumping on these launches. See if H1 can reel in the Elegy here in the club. And the Elegy just looks super fast. JC could do it in the Comet, but it's definitely, I definitely feel like these 2 cars are a cut above the rest. So I think it's gonna look like we're gonna ban the 2 retro custom cars out of the 80s comp for sure. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think that's fair or not, but these 2 cars just seem to be walking everything else in the pack pretty fairly. So I think that's a pretty fair ban set. Definitely let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. All right, guys, we got our first of a few different custom tracks here. Now this one's called Usui Pass. I have no sports classics cars, so this is the one problem that we have with the custom tracks. Unfortunately, you're limited to just 1 class, which is tough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the race and spectate like I would in a typical race here. And I'm gonna spectate a couple runs and see how these guys do. All right, guys, we got H1 on the left, JC on the right. This should be a good battle here. Hopefully these guys know the track, because I sure didn't. But this should be a nice close battle here. We got 2 Ocelot something or others. Now this is one of JC's got actually 2 custom tracks for us to try tonight. And so I'm really excited to get at these. This is pretty neat, man. This is definitely a different set of racing compared to what we were seeing in free mode. And JC is fast, man. It was great to see him go at it with Moo, but it's been hard to beat him tonight for a lot of these drivers. So I think, like I said, driver mod as well as just having fast cars, man. He is... Dude, we had Nerf H1 in the comments of the last video. I think JC might be the Nerf here. We'll see. But he is looking very fast. As H1 into the grass. Woo! Whoa, okay. A little lag. That was wild. That was not a cut, guys. I did not cut that in the video. That was just a laggy thing that happened. And then you go around the cone. Some Too Fast, Too Furious action. Oh man, we're lagging bad. H1's got that Canada internet. This is crazy. But JC is gonzo. He is so fast on these tracks. It's crazy. This is a really cool spot. I like this track a lot, actually. And with lighter traffic, it might make for better racing, too. But we definitely have to keep in mind that these custom tracks are going to limit what we have for choices here for TOUGE. So it's not going to be, you know, just any 80s with no HSW like we had before. It's going to be limited to the 1 class. So right now it's Sports Classics, and then we could do Sports as well. So I guess let me know down in the comments if you guys do want to do custom tracks, what class would you like to see them limited to? All right, guys, here we go. We got a rematch between Moo on the right and JC on the left. They are in Ardents, my bad. I totally misidentified that car. Moo is in his F40 here, though. absolutely flying. Moo might actually pull out a little bit of a victory here. I can't use the look back camera, which is interesting for the video. Oh man, as Moo goes out and JC might pull away here. But I don't love that I can't click the stick and look backwards like I can in free mode. I'm kind of stuck to viewing whoever I'm viewing, and it is a little clunky to change driver. So I'm thinking there are a few benefits to staying in free mode. One is that I can look back at the driver that's behind if I need to. And two is the coloring is strange and like, it looks so fuzzy and hazy. It doesn't look bad, but it looks funky compared to free mode. So yeah, with those two things, I'm starting to feel like custom tracks, actually there's a few things with custom tracks. One is the coloring, it looks weird and hazy. Two is that we're limited to a certain class. And three is that I don't have a look back camera. So I'm starting to feel like custom tracks aren't actually gonna be a great idea. I know you guys chose on the community post that I put out a few days ago that you'd like to see custom tracks, but there's just a few good reasons on why I think sticking to free mode might be a better idea. All right guys, we made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. We did put a vote in the Twitch chat for what everybody was feeling for a free mode spot. Unfortunately, we can't run the custom tracks with all the technical issues, but the boys did vote for Chapal, so we're gonna run the up and the downhill in our next TOUGE competition. Super excited for that. Once again, guys, if you are looking to join up in that competition, make sure you check out our links to our Twitch and Discord in the description down below. And I do think that the cars need a little bit more balancing, so we're gonna look at banning the LG Retro Custom as well as the Comet Retro Custom. If you guys are into that idea, let me know down in the comments what you think about that too. Once again, guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys a ton, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.